This is Clean TV Family Friendly News. I'm Jerry McLaughlin reporting what's happening on Thursday, June 17th, 2010. How low can you go? Barack Obama's approval rating has fallen to a new low of only 42%. That's according to the Rasmussen Reports daily presidential tracking poll for Wednesday, June 16th, showing that a mere 24% of the nation's voters strongly approve of Mr. Obama's job performance. On Tuesday night, Barack Obama had a golden opportunity to enhance his public standing, addressing the public on the Gulf oil crisis, in light of recent polls showing 50% of the people approving President Bush's handling of Katrina, compared to only 35% approving of Obama's response to the BP oil spill. Even liberal broadcasters from the mainstream news, including political pundits Chris Matthews and Keith Olbermann, were critical of Obama's primetime performance.
Joining me now in the wake of the president's remarks, Chris Matthews, the host of MSNBC's Hardball, and MSNBC political analyst Howard Feinman, also, of course, senior Washington correspondent, political columnist for Newsweek magazine. Chris, I'm going to start with you. Maybe I missed something. I thought it was a great speech if you've been on another planet for the last 57 days, but was that what was needed tonight? Didn't he shoot really low?
Well, I think there was one bit of news there, and I don't know whether it's optimistic beyond belief, which is in the coming days and weeks, these efforts should capture up to 90% of the oil leaking out of the well. Well, that's the first I've heard of that. In coming days, we're going to have this thing capped. We're going to effectively solve the problem. Secondly, he never mentioned what power he has as his chief executive of the country to make them understand they need to put this escrow account in third-party hands. Is he going to litigate? Is he going to file an amicus brief with the class action suit and wait 7 years for this to happen, or is he really going to demand it happen? He said, I can ask him to do this. I'm amazed he just says he has that power. We'll see. And as for the
Clean TV political analyst Captain Jim Kinney found that Obama's speech, quote, had the air of desperation to it, trying to counter the notion that he's failed to show presidential leadership in response to the crisis, unquote.
Have you ever felt sorry for President Obama? Embedded in the Gulf oil crisis, he's now lashing out at anyone he can reach out to place the blame. He's now telling a British petroleum company, British means British company, what they're going to do with their money, well beyond any constitutional authority the president's been established. And his speech recently, trying to convince the American people he's been on top of this problem, has left him with fewer supporters than ever before, as the liberal media has expressed deep concern for his lack of understanding about what the problems really are and how he's going to fix them.
So it appears that instead of helping Obama's image, his speech from the Oval Office to America appears to have backfired. Barack Obama and BP executives reached an agreement yesterday for BP to set aside a fund of $20 billion for compensation to oil spill victims. But is this enough to restore America's confidence in Obama as a leader? Clean TV political and military analyst Captain Jim Kinney helps put the matter into perspective.
Are this administration's falling approval ratings the result of incompetence or radical ideology? The answer is yes. Many people are concerned with the incompetence demonstrated by the way Washington is handling the Gulf oil spill and the way it has squandered nearly $500 billion spent to stimulate the economy with nothing to show for the effort but mounting deficits and high unemployment. But many are also concerned about the efforts to minimize Main Street freedoms in favor of decisions made on Pennsylvania Avenue. The takeover of major portions of our economy in favor of centralized planning, the arrogance of power that insulates our noble class from the voices of the people, and an unconcern about burdening our children with unsustainable debt represent an extreme ideology more common to dictatorships than to free societies. We cannot fix the incompetence in November, but we can stop the socialist agenda. Stay angry and vote your passion.
This concludes another edition of Clean TV Family Friendly News. Thank you for watching. I'm Jerry McLaughlin reporting.